Welcome to Mr. Finance Academy. Learn how to make your money grow. Enroll today and start building wealth.
Gold has officially entered uncharted territory. For the first time in history, the price of gold has surged past $5,079.90 per ounce, just one day after blasting through the $5,100 mark. This isn't a normal rally. This is a global warning signal. Investors around the world are running toward the ultimate safe haven asset, and the speed is accelerating. The rise isn't happening in isolation. For nearly a year, uncertainty has been building like a pressure cooker. But since April, when President Trump launched a new wave of aggressive tariffs, the gold market received the rocket fuel it needed. This week alone, new threats, this time targeting imports from Canada and South Korea, have increased market fear. Investors are asking one question: is the world heading toward a major financial storm? In Washington, tensions are even higher. A possible government shutdown looms large. The Senate has until midnight Friday to pass a $1.3 trillion spending package, but Senate Democrats say they won't fund the Department of Homeland Security without restrictions on immigration enforcement. That single disagreement could torpedo the entire bill and push the U.S. government into another shutdown crisis at a time when confidence is already fragile. Meanwhile, the U.S. dollar is sinking. Today, the dollar index dropped to a 4-year low, hitting its weakest level against the Swiss franc. According to global markets, confidence in the U.S. economy is fading. Consumer sentiment just plunged to a 12-year low. Even though the government keeps insisting the U.S. economy is the strongest in the world, investors and consumers see something very different. Many economists now say the economy deserves an F, a failing grade. Peter Schiff, Euro-Pacific's chief economist, calls gold's rise a direct response to America's structural weaknesses. He argues that inflation is far worse than official numbers show, and that current market optimism is an illusion. He points back to 2007, when the subprime market collapsed. Schiff predicted that crash early, and now he warns that gold and silver are flashing the same danger signals again. According to him, the United States is heading toward a dollar crisis, not in the distant future, but soon. And the numbers tell a worrying story. The national debt has exploded to $38.6 trillion. The federal deficit is growing faster than ever. Despite promises of spending cuts, both political parties are avoiding the issue, and new tariff threats, ranging from trade partners to bizarre geopolitical comments, are creating global uncertainty. Even the recent controversy around Trump's statements about Greenland shows how fragile global confidence has become. Central banks across the world see the writing on the wall. They're quietly reducing their U.S. dollar reserves and massively increasing their gold holdings. This isn't normal behavior, it's preparation. Schiff says the world is slowly pulling the rug from under the United States. The dollar, once the foundation of global trade, is weakening, and in its place, gold, real, tangible, universal value, may be returning as the world's reserve benchmark. If this trajectory continues, Schiff predicts a crisis bigger than 2008, but this time the collapse won't spread globally. He believes this crisis will be primarily American, triggered by debt, inflation, and the weakening dollar, while the rest of the world shifts toward gold-backed financial stability. In his words, gold isn't the bubble, gold is the pin, the bubble is the U.S. dollar. Interestingly, gold mining stocks have already started reflecting the shift. Companies like Agnico Eagle Mines and Pan American Silver have soared over 150 to 200%, yet Schiff argues they are still undervalued because gold's rise isn't done, not even close. Junior mining stocks, often overlooked, may become the surprise winners of this new era, just like unknown tech startups during the early internet boom. So where does this leave global markets? Gold at record highs, the dollar sinking, a government on the edge, and central banks buying gold at levels not seen in decades. Whether the crisis strikes later this year or next, one thing is clear: the world is preparing for a new financial reality, and gold is leading the way.